Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel and to another video. You will notice that this is a much more casual Kaitlyn than you're used to seeing. And that is because today's video is a week in my life. I have received a few messages and comments on Instagram from people asking how I fit everything in, like how I prioritize my time, how I manage my time between a full-time kind of 9 to 5, or in my case 8 to 4 job, having my own horse and another horse in work, and the commitments that I have to them. So I thought that it would be fun to take you through a week in my life, showing rather than explaining how I manage my time. So one of the things that I will say allows me a lot more time to fit everything in my life that I want to fit in is the fact that I work from home. So it's currently 8:18 a.m. and when I log in the mornings, the first thing I do is just go through my emails, and especially on Mondays, I look ahead to my week and sort of plan out what I need to get done that week. And that will normally take up the first hour, hour and a half of my day. Something else that happens this time of day is that Merlin's brother, Bingley, decides to tell me that he's ready to wake up. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're choosing chaos this morning. So I don't actually think that he has been formally introduced, but this is Bingley. This is Merlin's brother. He is slightly chaotic. Hi. Did you just make a mess of the bed that I just made? Oh my god, you're cute. Someone is telling me that he has to go outside. Do you gotta go pee? Come on. Luckily, there's a ledge that I can stand under when he's peeing so as to get not absolutely soaked. So a few hours have passed. It's now my lunch break and I'm looking slightly more human. I feel like doing something, so I'm actually going to work on some videos. So I filmed or started to film a review of Milestone Equestrian. So unfortunately, part of making and filming videos is realizing when you start editing that you absolutely hate the clips that you filmed and that you're gonna need to refilm them. So yeah, we're gonna refilm it probably sometime this week. So I now have 8 minutes left on my lunch break. So what's probably gonna happen is I'm going to grab my phone and I'm going to scroll through TikTok because that's what I do. What are you doing? All right, good morning or afternoon, everybody. It's now Tuesday on my lunch break. I was originally gonna start to film today's part of this video when I got to the barn tonight and just do my barn routine, but I'm actually going out today at lunch to run some errands. And the route that I'm gonna be taking brings me through a really pretty part of Ottawa. So I thought that I would just film some little clips and yeah, let you enjoy the beauty that is the capital of Canada in the fall. Dude says hello. Hi. Oh my goodness, he was so sad that I was gone, weren't you? You're like all of 30 minutes. My evening barn routine changes throughout the year. So in the summer when there's more light, I tend to, ride 2 horses in one night. But as the nights start to get darker, I tend to have to basically just limit the amount that I ride per night. So I go out to the barn more times during the week, but I do less during those times, if that makes sense. The way that it is now, because Merlin is currently on a bit of a lighter work schedule, I'm pretty much focusing primarily on Eve. But because it is lovely and muddy, we had a crap ton of rain yesterday. Merlin is still forming a big part of my barn routine because we are treating for thrush. What I do is currently, first thing when I get to the barn, I come and grab this hooligan and I bring him in. Tonight I'm gonna have to hose his legs, make sure they're cleaned out, and then I put him in a stall so that his feet get an hour, hour and a half to dry while I ride. And then after I'm done with Eve, what I'll do is I'll go into the barn where he is, treat his feet, and then put him out, and then I'm done.
Struggle, and there's beauty in the pain. So if love is a struggle, I guess there's beauty in everything. There's peace in a heartbreak, and there's fire in the rain. So if everything means nothing these days, baby, then let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Anxiety would change me, but everything that goes up must come down. And every time I think I got it made, I drown. I wish that it were different now, but that's how it's gotta be. So let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. Let it rain on me. Just let it rain on me. 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 Just let it rain on me. Yeah.
I think she's telling me that she's ready to go in. Meanwhile, I'm picking up her poop. Overall, I'm fairly happy with the ride. She started out very excited at the walk, so we worked on just relaxation into the connection at the walk and then at the trot, and then I set up my camera, so she did some beautiful trot work at the beginning. But unfortunately I wasn't filming because I actually wanted to focus on filming the trot poles, which were interesting. So she got a bit excited jumping on the weekend. When I first started trotting her over the trotting poles tonight, she was thinking they were jumping, was cantering them. I did a lot of trot poles on the circle, went both ways. We didn't actually end up doing the raised trotting poles. She remembered what we had last done that featured poles, which was jumping, and she still doesn't have the experience yet, even though she's done lots of trot poles. And she's still learning to distinguish between the two. Really happy with her. She was a good girl. Hi, pretty. Are you gonna have a good night? You don't have to wait here with me. You can go join your friends. There we go. Okay, bye, sweetheart. Have fun. Eat your snacks. Like some scratches. So his feet and sort of fetlocks pastern areas have now been cleaned. So now it is time for our hoof soak. 2 of his feet have thrush cracks. He's less patient with his hind leg, so we start with that one. Do 20 minutes, and then we do his front another 20 minutes. Good boy. Good boy. I know. Here we go. Good boy. So he's not the biggest fan of putting all his weight on his back leg with the hoof boot in it. Ooh. So we try to just get him to stand. And he is slightly less patient tonight, so I'm going to try to get 15 minutes. The thing is, once you get him standing, he stands pretty well. It's just getting him standing. While I'm soaking, I tend to stand pretty close to him because he does like to move. And it's quite boring, but I occupy my time listening to podcasts. I'm currently listening to an episode of The Humble Hoof by Alicia Harlove, featuring Adele Shaw from The Willing Equine. This is just the cutest thing ever. Puppy is keeping Merlin company. So as you can see, he's much more at ease and comfortable with his front feet being soaked, because that's what he was used to last year, because last year it was the right front that had the thrush. He has had his feet soaked, his thrush treatment applied. Tonight I used Hoof Doctor. It's like a hoof oil, but it's meant to be really good for thrush. I'm still using the same stuff I used last winter, but I'm alternating it. And the Hoof Doctor seems to be helping a lot. I use it basically any time that I don't use the regular thrush treatment. After I apply the treatments, I'll do any little chores that I have left in the barn. So for example, clean his stall, sweep the floor, put my tack box away so that the treatment has time to soak in a bit before he goes back out into the wet. Definitely wasn't the most successful hoof soak. I think I got 15 minutes on one foot and 20 minutes on the other. Are you ready to go out? I think tonight is just a case of baby brain. 8:26. Finally leaving the barn. Normally I would not be that long. Normally it's like 4 hours max from the time that I leave to the time that I get home. But both Eve and Merlin were both feeling slightly uncooperative tonight, so things just took longer than they normally do. Okie dokie, Wednesday lunchtime, and there's not much exciting happening today, so I thought that I might chat a little bit about the time management side of working full-time, horses, blah blah blah. So I've got two different things that I use to sort of manage my time to make sure that I get everything done while also having enough time to just relax and have time for me. So the first thing I've mentioned before, it's an app on my phone called Finch, and it's basically like a to-do list app. And then I also have just a normal planner. I use it as my sort of training journal. I have found in the past that keeping track of what I do on what days with what horse really helps me make sure that I'm varying their training and that both me and the horse aren't getting bored. But back in August, I went to Chapters and I bought this planner. Any place where there's something written, it means that I went to the barn that day. I just sort of write what we did, what worked, how I was feeling, anything notable that I think is worth remembering. To go along with that, I've also been using Equilab, which a lot of you have probably heard of. It's a riding tracking app. I've been using that to track nearly every ride since like September 2020. I also use the calendar to keep track of what videos I upload on what days and also what thrush treatment I do. So you'll see here, it'll say Hoof Doctor, soak feet times 15 minutes, clotrimazole cream, video uploaded, friends visiting. And that for me is great because if I don't write down what I did on what day for his thrush or any other sort of first aid type treatments, I forget. I'll also write down things like when he went to the vet, what he had done, when he had his feet done, any issues that his trimmer may have found. So sometimes I will do these entries on the day, but quite often I'll do it the day after when I've had some time to think about the ride or the training session that I've done. What I tend to do at the beginning of the week is I'll go in and I'll write down the days that I think I might go to the barn and who I'm going to ride on what day. I've also been using it as my sort of YouTube planner. So I have a list on an extra page in September of video ideas for the future. And then there's normally one full page at the beginning of every month. So for example, October here, I'll go in and I have certain goals, things I need to get done, and then the page will be my YouTube video ideas, basically. It might seem really stupid for me to be doing that as someone who, like, I don't make money off of YouTube. It's literally just something that I do for fun and that I really, really enjoy. But for me, it's a creative outlet. I get so excited about certain ideas that I find it hard to actually execute them. So by planning ahead and thinking, okay, next month I'm gonna do a video about this horse that I used to ride, or I'm gonna have a discussion about TikTok, then I can start to think ahead about things that I want to say and stuff like that. Basically, I use Finch for everyday stuff and this for horse stuff. And then I also have this notebook that I use for work, to-do lists and meeting notes and stuff. That kind of gives you an insight into how I manage my time and what I use to manage my time. So I'm now going to go in and do the entry for yesterday for Miss Eve. I was nearly not going to go to the barn tonight because, you know, it's cold. It's like 6 degrees outside, and I find like mid-October to when the snow sticks the worst time of the year for motivation to go out to the barn and ride. And yeah, my plan had been to ride Eve tonight, but it is cold and I don't feel like it. So my friend is coming to pick me up and we're just going to go spend time with our ponies.
I know you
is hard to find sometimes. Wrote a song about it, now I know my heart is fine. And I just hope you get though, cause I have some things now. Got another chance, but you're smoking with the windows down. Alcohol and cigarettes is early death, but something about it calms you down. And now you're feeling so alone. Never been in a city that ever felt like home. And you don't really know why. Every time that you drive, looking at the text, but it doesn't help you stop crying. You tell yourself you're fine, but that won't dry those eyes. Babe, I never wanna call you, but something about tonight, babe, is telling me to. And I never wanna hold you, but babe, the way you move it is making me do. Cause I didn't wanna waste my time. Indecision and television were not my time. I know you got your head straight, tell me that I should wait. I didn't wanna hurt you, but I felt like it was time, babe. You couldn't let it go, and I just gotta know.
Okay, good morning. It's now Saturday. Nothing particularly interesting happened yesterday. Saturday is my day to do chores at the barn, and I've done feeding. Normally what I do is I get feeding done before my lesson. I have a lesson and then I do stalls. Now I'm just going to grab my ponyo and get him ready for our lesson. It's being very sooky today.
I was living in the moment, caring about my own shit. Being the person I thought I was, I should've owned it. Danced around the throne and didn't care about it. Never saw you, honey, in my mind I thought it was the distance. I miss us. Tell me how you feel, because I didn't think it'd be this hard to fix us. Cause I still miss us.
Were you a good boy? He was such a good boy for our lesson. Hasn't been ridden since last Sunday, Saturday, so we had Monday to Friday off, and he was perfect. Going to put him out, let him have some grass, and then he's going to come in again later because he's getting his feet done. Merlin dealt with and out, and now Miss Evie and I are going on a hack. So it is now Sunday, and Miss Evie and I are about to have a lesson, and I'm very proud to say that we groomed, tacked up in the barn with like 0 to no anxiety. Yes, Miss is growing up with the positive reinforcement work in the barn has been working. It's now like an hour later. I was just gonna head back and close Merlin's herd into their main field so that I can open up the hay field for us to go hacking. There's only 4 of them in there. Oh my God. God, he scared the crap out of me. I couldn't see him anywhere. And like not a care in the world that the other 4 are up. It was him and her chilling. Those 2. Merlin, excuse me, buddy. It's like, nope, grass. Hello, sir. You just nearly gave me a heart attack because I couldn't see ya. Yeah, I couldn't see ya. And he's nice and dirty too. Oh joy. Got them sorted. Now I can open up the field. I came out and he wasn't in with his friends. Neither was one of the mares. And I looked out normally because she's white, like she's pure white. You can see her, but they were behind a tree, both of them. Here's a little friend. So today, with my lazy pony, oh my God, he's lazy, is the start of a week of as much hacking as possible because unexpectedly we have committed to going on a little adventure next weekend. It was the opposite view from yesterday. I'm on Merlin and we've got Evie. So we just went down into that little copse of trees on the side of the field that we went in the sunset hacking video that I put out a couple of weeks ago. I kid you not, because the stream there's a stream that runs right next to it. I kid you not, a great blue heron flew out right in front of us. He spooked sideways, but like immediately once it was gone, it was like a 2-second thing, and then he was back to being like this. Like, I know he's sensible and I know he's a good boy and that he's a very good 3-year-old, but like so many horses I know something like that would happen and they would be wired for minutes, or it might, you know, throw their mojo off for the rest of the hack. And he's just like, pinch me, like honestly. So yeah, we were right here and a heron, I like shit you not, jumped out from here and we went that way rather than up the hill like I wanted. Good boy. Don't you try to grab food, honestly. You're gonna go up. Careful. Good boy. Yes, good man. Even though that wasn't quite the nice, you know, relaxing, adventurous, chill hack that I was hoping for, it's actually given me a lot of confidence. It's kind of like when he fell down onto his knees the first time I tried to take him into the field, and he just got up and kept going and wasn't wired or anything like that. It's given me more of an idea of how he'll react when uncertain things happen. Let's head back. You know the way. You know the way, don't you? Good man. So all done, and we're just going on a little walk together to close up the hayfield. I like taking him on walks like this. This is a lot of what we did during his like yearling and 2-year-old years. So we just went on adventures together, didn't we? Hi! Literally my shadow. Hi. What are you doing? Goofy boy? Hello. Hi. Don't you dare, you monkey. So it's now Monday night, so a week from when I started filming this, and Merlin and I have just been out for a hack. He was absolutely incredible. So anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed getting a glimpse into how I fit everything in. It sounds very egotistical to say that, but I did have some people ask me how I do. This video has been long enough as it is, so I'm going to just leave this here. From me and the dude, who has been incredible tonight, I'll add some clips here at the end. Thank you for watching the video. If you want to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video down below, and comment if you juggle many things with horses, the best ways that you find for time management, stuff like that. I'd love to know. But until next time, I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Make sure to give your pony or horse a hug or kiss the next time you see them, and we'll see you next time. Bye!